Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year! Welcome to 2021. I hope that it's going to be a much better year than last year. I think we're all kind of hoping for that. I'm a little bit scared. I'm hoping it's not worse, but I don't want to jinx it, so we won't even spend time talking about that. So I recently came out with my video last week showing what my 2020 resolutions were. I went all the way back in time and I brought back the clips from my video from January of 2020, and I went through the 6 resolutions I made and I kind of went through them to see if I had reached them or not. I think I pretty much reached them all, but I've come up with a new list of the next 5. This year I'm doing 5 instead of 6. And I've got a list here of the 5, and we're going to go through each one by one. Okay, the first one is sort of similar to last year. I had made a goal about losing weight, so I'm still in that same boat. I still want to lose more weight. I did a pretty good job. I've lost 53 pounds since I gave birth, and 25 of them were in 2020. I lost like a good bit of almost 30 pounds like within just a couple weeks of giving birth. That was like pretty instant, but then those 25 that I lost last year in 2020, they were a little bit harder to get off. So this year I don't want to be too out there with my goals. I feel like I'm still kind of in the throes of motherhood with like a baby / toddler and everything going on with my son. If you're new here, I have a 14-month-old and a 6-year-old. He's about to be 7, and he does have autism, ADHD, and defiance disorder, so he's a lot. I put down here that I want to lose 10 to 20 pounds. So I'm currently sitting at 160. May have gained like 2 holiday pounds, but we won't talk about that. And so I'd really like to get down to at least 150, preferably in the 140s. So I would like to end the year somewhere between 140 and 150. My goal weight is to be in the 130s, but I'm not really sure after having 2 children if that will ever really be truly attainable, but I do believe that the 140s are certainly attainable, so that's what I've got my focus on to kind of coincide with that. I'm currently still wearing my 14s. They're getting really roomy. I am fitting into my 12s, but they're a little tight, so I'm kind of in the middle. I would like to comfortably fit into my 12s, and then sort of start going into the realm of, I have some 11s and some 10s in storage, and so I'd like to start kind of be in the same boat that I'm at now, where I'm at with 14-12, be there with like 12-10 by the end of the year. So that is my first resolution, is weight loss. I don't have many concrete plans on how to get there right now. I'm thinking I would like to start incorporating some yoga at bedtime. I don't have a lot of time for exercising. I do really want to make that a part of my life, but I think that's going to be kind of a struggle. It may take me the whole year to figure out how to get that into my life, but that will kind of go in with it, I guess. So just kind of my journey with getting into exercising, but mainly my goal is like losing weight. I've done a lot of lifestyle changes last year with food, and so I think as I lose weight, like I can bring my calories down. I'm per my FitnessPal app, I think I'm down to like 1250 in calories per day. I don't really think I can like morally or ethically go much lower than that at all, ever. So I don't know if diet alone is going to really get me too much further in terms of weight loss. I think it's going to all have to be exercise from here on out. So we'll see how I do with that. Alright, number 2, if you've been following for a bit, you kind of know this one. I would like to pay off at least one debt in full other than the ones I've already talked about. I did start the Dave Ramsey, and so right now I'm working on baby step 1, which is putting $1,000 into savings, and then I will start 2. I'm pretty close to being done with number 1. So hopefully I will get, I was talking about this in another video, I'm going to get rid of my medical debt with a bonus I'm expecting at work next month, or well, this month, I guess, this month, January. And so that was kind of simple and something else. So in addition to that, I would like to try and get my next debt paid off by the end of the year. Preferably 2, but I don't want to set my goal too high. So if I attain 1, I'll be really happy. But 2 is really the goal. And the next 2 that are in line it's a good bit. So we'll see how I do with that. I have been listening to all the podcasts, and I did get his ebook, and not ebook, like Audible book, and I was like listening to Dave Ramsey's book. For Christmas I got his like easy money book, or like the quick answer money book or something like that. So I am trying to follow him to a T, and I've been making good changes so far. With like where I'm putting my money and how I'm spending it and things like that. I was always pretty decent at budgeting even before Dave Ramsey, so the last few things that I guess I could change are kind of harder, because if they were easy I would have already had done them. So but I'm getting there, so we'll go on that journey this year together too with debt payoff. Okay, number 3, I want to reach 500 subscribers on YouTube. Of course, everybody's goal is 1,000, because that's when you can start putting ads in your video and you can start making just a little bit of money on the side, which is like always really cool. However, I really enjoy making videos. I really like having the memory of them. I really like doing them, and so for me, I don't really care as much anymore now after a year whenever I reach that goal. It's always like really cool to think about, because like to finally start seeing something for all of your efforts and all the time that you spend with doing this, filming and editing, and just the time in your life that it takes up. It would be nice to see something back for all of that. But I don't want to make YouTube about money. I don't want to make that the goal. That just doesn't feel right to me anymore. And it hasn't really for a while in 2020 either. But so yes, 1,000 subscribers would be wonderful. However, I'm gonna shoot for 500, and I'm pretty sure I'll get that goal. So after that, I'll shoot for 1,000, I guess, when I hit 500. But that's my current goal, is to get to 500. It's halfway. Okay, so number 4 for my resolutions is or goals. I actually call them goals, because I feel like the word resolution is like re-solution. So it's like redoing something, or deciding to change something you're already doing, versus like some of these things are like, I don't know, I'm not changing something that I'm already doing. I guess I'm trying something different. But anyway, so number 4 would be to paint my house. Not the outside, the inside. All of the walls in our home are the original color that they were painted when we bought it, and like I just want to make it my own. I feel like I've mentioned it in a lot of vlogs that it's a goal of mine. We are starting the process. Our master bathroom has popcorn ceiling, and it is starting to actually chip and fall off. Good riddance. Blessing in disguise, because I don't like popcorn ceilings. So that's going to be our first thing that we tackle the first couple months of the year, is the bathrooms. We're going to scrape all the popcorn ceiling off. We're going to paint everything and get those in good working order. I need to redo the trim too. They weren't sealed properly, and I feel like there may be some mold behind it. Very small amount. But I need to do that. So that is, I say painting in the house. So I mean really just kind of getting everything the way that we really want it, including scraping off popcorn and doing the trim molding or whatever along the floors. So yeah, I wanna definitely get organized. I've been working a lot for a year now on getting junk out of my house that we don't really need, deciding that everything has a place, and if it doesn't have a place, then like I don't need it to be in our lives. And it's forever a work in progress, but I'd really like to get to a place where I am tired, like I'm done. I'd like to get to a place where I am done putting things somewhere and being like, where am I putting this? What am I doing with this? I want to be done with it. I don't want to have projects. I don't want to have endless amounts of things to do. I want to come home and be like, dang, I really need to clean my floors and do my dishes and do my laundry. Maybe tidy up, but I don't want projects. Like, and I know I'll probably always find one, but like I want it to be a choice and be like, oh yeah, like I could take on a project. Like, what do I want to do now? I'm tired of looking around my house and being like, I see literally like 1,000 things that need to be done, and I just don't. I want to be content, and so I'd really like for this year to like finish that up. I feel like I did so much of it in 2020 that I have got to be close to done by now. I think painting the walls will be, it'll make worlds of difference. I feel like I'll feel differently about my house when the walls are the colors that I want them to be. So those kind of go, I guess, hand in hand with paint my house slash, you know, get it organized. Everything has a place. And okay, so number 5 is something that's really just kind of particular to me. You guys may not care about it. It's digital organization. So I have been taking pictures forever. I have always been obsessed with pictures. I take pictures of everything. Not as much as I did when I was younger. When I was younger, it was like, I want to remember everything. I mean, I have thousands of pictures from every year, like in my early 20s. And it's just like, and it's interesting to look back now and be like, I remember that. I remember that. Oh man, like look at that. It's like, I don't know, things you'd never think of again. And I like having that. However, storing all of that is like, so I started with an external hard drive years and years ago doing this, and I have all my pictures divided by the year that they were taken. I've gotten that far, and I have gone through every single picture and given it a file name, and the file name is the date it was taken. And so when you go into each folder on this hard drive for each year, you can literally just see the whole year from top to bottom, like through time. I'm a very chronological type of person. That's the type of OCD that I have for things. I like, everything has a start and a finish for a reason. And it, yeah. So anyway, and I'm stuck in like 2016. That's as far as I've got. So I've got all the pictures from 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 in the folder. Some of them even have dates already. However, they're not, the files aren't done. So they need to be gone through. They need to all be organized and given a date. And it's just so daunting, and it takes so much time. And starting YouTube, I feel like all my free time that I used to work on that task is now done on videos. And so I may have to go down to 1 video a week for part of 2021 just so that I can get caught up with that, because it is just, and I did really good with 2020. I tried to like give them dates as I went through the year. I started out really good with doing that, and then I just, after like August, I haven't dated anything since August. So that's a really big resolution of mine, and it should have really been one last year, but I didn't make it one because I had a newborn, and I was like, I'm never gonna have time for this. But now that she's getting older and she can kind of play independently, or she'll play with Bentley for a little while, sometimes I get moments of time where I could sit down for 20 minutes and just go through and just do a few, you know, slow and steady wins the race. But anyway, so yeah, that one's just kind of specific to me. I also would like to start this year thinking ahead of YouTube videos, because like when I want to put together a video that showcases footage that I did earlier in the year, I have to be like, where was this footage? And I have it, all my footage from filming for YouTube is on a different external hard drive that takes up a lot more space. I actually have like 2 or 3 hard drives now for YouTube footage. They're put into individual folders when the what video the footage is what video the footage is used for. So like if you go in, you will have a January folder, and you go into that, and it's all separate folders, and they're dated by the day the YouTube video went live. When you go into that folder, it is the completed video that's on YouTube that was uploaded, and it's all the clips that I used to make that video. I also put my thumbnail in there, the whole shebang. Like each video is its own project and has its own file. So I sound so organized already. You'd think I don't have more to do, but yet I do. So when I make videos, I have to go back through all those and click on them and look at the little thumbnail things for my footage and be like, is what I'm looking for in this clip? Is it in this clip? I have to think about it. I've also started making a list of my YouTube videos and in an Excel spreadsheet, and off to the side I have started typing everything that happened in that video in a sense, so that like if I'm looking for something, I can go to my Excel spreadsheet and type in search and look for like a term for a video, and it will show me which video that clip is in. So, but anyway, yeah, I would like to also, in being more digitally organized, thinking ahead through the year, like I know that the kids' birthdays are going to come up, and I may want to show footage of like a couple clips of them from the last year up until their birthday, because I did that for Willow. I showed all her monthly updates up until 1 year old, and so being like conscious of the videos that will come later and making copies of the footage and putting it into those folders so that when the time comes to make the video, I've already put the footage aside and it's easy to find. So, I mean, that, again, is not something, unless you are a YouTuber and you're watching me talk about this, that you may not, you know, that obviously doesn't apply to you, but it does to me, and it matters to me. So, you know, if I have to sum up 2021 as a whole, to end this video, my focus is going to be basically health and wellness of myself, my family, my kids, and my home, and my finances. That's basically... that's what I'm doing. I'm really focusing on us being the best versions of ourselves and having less headache, less stress, less things, less weight on my body, you know, less junk food, just less stuff in the house, less debt. It's all about less. 2021 is going to be about less. So anyway, thanks for listening. If you're still here, I really appreciate it. You can go ahead and subscribe if you're new. That would be really wonderful. And hit the bell notification so you never miss any of my videos. I hope you are all having a very, very, very fantastic New Year's Day, or later if you're watching this in the next coming week. I hope that you are really intentional about your 2021 goals / resolutions. Maybe I've gave you some ideas. I hope that you reach them, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.